Hi friends, welcome to the next Ascension Teachings Q&A. My name is Kimberley and we are joined by some lovely Patreon members. Hi guys.
Hello.
So today I'm going to be channeling the Mantis beings and a very specific group of Mantis beings. They call themselves the Order of the Golden Ray. So many of you watching might know of the Mantis beings, and many of you may not know them because it doesn't appear to be often channeled, these beings, but they're very ancient, loving beings. And this specific collective has advised that they assist with basically the evolution of collectives all around the universe. So they're very ancient, very wise, and very loving, and I'm very excited to bring them forth. This is the very first time I'm publicly channeling them. So I'm very excited to bring them through their loving energies. Before I bring them through, I'm going to read out a pre-channeled message so they came through. So I'm just going to read that out for you before we begin. Okay, so here's the message from the Mantis beings, Order of the Golden Ray. We are what you call the Mantis star beings. We are your friends amongst the stars and your friends and guides to the recalibration of light bodies with your physical bodies. We are here to assist you in your evolution journey to oneness and your conscious exploration of the galactic dimensions of existence. Your galactic families are waiting to meet you in more overt ways. However, we have all been by your side, guiding you in your evolution journey. Your ascension journey currently involves the activation of energy codes within you that bring on new elevated systems of consciousness within you. We wish to come through as your loving guides and friends to assist you heal and calibrate to more aware, more evolved states of consciousness within you. The Mantis beings, Order of the Golden Ray. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to go now into trance and bring forth the beings for you. Dear ones, we are the Mantis beings, Order of the Golden Ray, and it is our honor to come through in this direct way. My dear ones, children of the universe, children of source, children of love, dear ones, you are evolving beyond what you see in the mirror. Dear ones, you are activating codes within you to realize how powerful and universal you truly are and how multidimensional you truly are. My dear ones, you are in a vortex. You are at the moment going through shifts that will assist you to transmute the programs, the densities within you, the systems within you that has attached you to three-dimensional consciousness, that has attached you to what you perceive as lower dimensions of consciousness. These are programs that has allowed you to live life and express your reality in such a way that is aligned to the collective mission here, that is aligned to understanding that you were separate, that perhaps you saw yourself as victims, that you are not connected to oneness. This was all part of the plan. You wanted to experience this amnesia. You wanted to experience your complete individuality separate from oneness. It was part of your evolution journey. And it's part of the evolution journey for many beings all across creation. But it is now in the time of what you call as the Great Awakening. It is the time of great expansion. It is the time when these programs, these systems are being transmuted from your vessel, being transmuted from your consciousness and from the collective, as you now activate codes within your very blood, within your DNA, within your other bodies that allows you to activate your multidimensionality within you, expressed in your physical form, expressed within your multidimensional existence. The veil is thinning. You are able now to be witness to the glory of your being, to be witness to the magic of your being. You are now becoming a witness to how powerful you are in your multidimensional abilities and your oneness state. There are many shifts occurring on your planet to assist you in this realization of who you truly are. Those of you who are drawn to these teachings are those who have accelerated this shift, are those that have already done the work to such a degree that they are becoming more activated before the rest of the collective, because you are the light workers and the way showers in your human terminology. You are here to experience these shifts in some ways more intense than others, for you to be able to recalibrate your being in such a way that for you to experience your new reality in this heightened vibration, this heightened dimensional experiences, where you can then go out and be the way showers for others. You can then be the light for others and guide them every step of the way to show them how to manage these shifts. You are the ones. You wanted to experience these shifts intensely because you wanted to transmute these programs in your perception of time in a sooner fashion compared to other beings on your planet. Know that you are truly multidimensional, and the wisdom and the abilities from all the lives you are living is being accessed in the now. And many of you are experiencing this. You are seeing visions. You are having certain abilities come online, being activated within you that are sourced both on human dimensions of existence and non-human dimensions of existence, for you are truly multidimensional. You exist here in human form, and you exist in human form in many different dimensions at once, and many different dimensions on many different planets at once. Who you truly are is far beyond your human comprehension at this point of your vibration. But understand during this time of the Great Awakening that you are remembering more of these truths for yourself. And even though this information may be overwhelming to some of the information might be challenging to grasp and to fully comprehend in your point of vibration, but understand that you are the light workers and the way showers. You chose to remember more of this. You chose to explore this in your consciousness, in your physical reality, so you can then teach this, so you can then be the light for others, to be the guide for others. This is your role here. All of you are advanced teachers, are advanced masters. My dear one, you would not be drawn to this otherwise, but understand that collective is shifting. All of you are shifting together as a collective. Yes, the light workers and the way showers are shifting together in a more accelerated rate, but understand that you are assisting the rest of the collective to move further into high dimensions of existence in this physical reality. Because guess what, dear ones, you are already experiencing life in these high dimensions by you managing, by you addressing these shifts within you, by you allowing these shifts to take place. You are then activating codes and, like we would say, portals that allows you to then live in a dimension where you already existed in this physical reality that reflects a high dimensional existence. So you might think you are accelerating, you might think that your consciousness is expanding, but this version of you in the more enlightened state already exists in the multiverse. You are just attracting and activating that aspect of you in this reality because you are activating those specific codes within you. And this is we would say, a vital aspect of the current shifts that are occurring now. You are receiving these activations. These codes, my dear one, have always been within you. Since your creation, you have been created knowing that this time will come. When you were created, certain codes were replaced within you, within your blood, within your DNA, within your etheric and physical bodies, knowing that one day this time will come, knowing that one day the collective will be ready to remember who they truly are. And yes, within your human timelines, there has been periods of what you call the golden ages, the times of great awakening, where those activations have come aligned and you have remembered more of who you are. But understand, with each great awakening, with each evolution, it adds to the one that has gone before in your terminology of time, meaning that with each great awakening, it becomes more expansive. It becomes more, we would say, consciously expanding to such a point where you remember more of who you are. So yes, there are times where you have remembered somewhat of who you are and you have connected with the star beings in overt ways. And yes, you have forgotten these journeys, but understand that what is happening right now is you going through this accelerated consciousness shift where it has never been to this point, this consciousness point of expansion has ever been experienced before. So even though you are experiencing already these enlightened states, these enlightened realities, even though you are now at the point of attracting this into your reality in the now, even then it will be more expanded because this is what you wanted. This is why it is in this dimension where your focus is on. This is why who you are is more expansive in this moment, and the potentiality of expansion is in this lifetime. Even though you are enlightened in many different lives, what is occurring right here is the portal to access and to attract these enlightened lives, these enlightened dimensions into your present reality. You might look around in your life, you might look at society, and you may deem it as not enlightened. You may feel that things are maybe going backwards. You may feel that things are not shifting. But my dear ones, what is occurring in your society, in your life, is just one aspect of the consciousness shifts that's happening for the collective. You are shifting, you have already shifted, and you're in preparation for the next shift. These are all necessary shifts, evolutionary stages to assist you, the collective, to move into that potentiality, to move into that collective soul contract in your terminology that you as a collective have chosen and that you were created for. Because as you expand not only the collective, you expand Gaia, you expand all the universes, you expand all that is, you expand source. So understand that everything that's happened to you, everything that's happened in the human timelines, meant to happen for a reason. It all happened to assist you to get to this very point, to get you to this point, to allow you to travel through amnesia of separation, to then remember who you truly are, to remember that you are galactic in nature. You are more than a human vessel. And for you to remember that you are one with all the star beings, as well as all the beings here on earth. It is your awakening. It is your galactic awakening. And it's a time where the most expansive time to be alive is right now, dear ones. And it is with such honor and gratitude that we get to come through in this overt way, my dear ones. And do you have any questions today, dear ones?
I do. I'm reading The Golden Lake, a book, and which is really nice because it talks about the ascension of other planets and other alien races and how our galactic friends have been really intertwined with Earth for a very long time. And one of the concepts was that we're all from the same source energy. We're all the same source energy. And even though I'm having an individual experience, a unique experience, but there could be many of us that share a similar imprint. And I understand we all have galactic DNA within us that is being activated, so that we can understand is when we have that galactic DNA activated within us, is it to connect with other parts of ourselves?
It is a necessary aspect of your evolutionary shifts. You see, the human collective see themselves as somewhat separate. You see yourself separate from other races and other beings. So the activation of the galactic DNA within you allows you to move more into oneness remembrance, that allows you to remember the truth of who you are and your multidimensionality. For you are much more than a human vessel. You were created with what you call as ET DNA. Your very creation is from the stars. Yet you see yourself as somewhat limited because you see yourself as human. You are much more than human. But this is an evolution in which you needed to believe you were limited. So the contrast between separation and multidimensionality propels you on a, we would say, an energetic shift that creates a wave, a propelling energy shift of consciousness that intensely expands all the universes and source itself. It is a contrast that creates the ripple effect, that creates the consciousness expansion, not only for yourself, and it's also for all the lives you are living and for all the universes and all that is through oneness, my dear one. By you activating the galactic DNA within you, you then bring online, so to speak, abilities, wisdoms, knowings of your other lives within this life. And this is how you remember your oneness state. This is how you naturally remember who you truly are as the divine galactic star beings. It is you remembering it for yourself because all this information is within you. Yes, we are telling you these things and guiding you in this knowledge, but it is one thing to guide you in this knowledge, to guide you on the path, but it is another thing to remember this for yourself. This is how you fully integrate and fully assimilate these knowings within you, is for you to have the experiences for yourself. These teachings that we give you assist your mind, assist you to open your mind to such a point where you can then explore these concepts and explore the certain practical applications that will assist you to then remember this for yourself. And yes, there will be certain shifts within the collective where you will have to be forced to see that you are not alone. And yes, you have called this the first contact, when the ET beings will make themselves known, and there will be many who are ready for it, and there will be many who are not ready for it. But because the majority in this point will be vibrating in the point of love, the collective will be able to shift smoothly into the acceptance of it, dear ones. So by you activating this galactic DNA within you, you further excel the collective consciousness, not only your own individual consciousness in remembering more of who you are in oneness, but you're also then shifting and you're basically activating the collective consciousness to then all together move to a certain dimension, a certain frequency, where then the first contact in your terminology can occur. You see, my dear ones, as all beings are multidimensional, and for the first contact, for the grand arrival, we wish to come through in such a way that your consciousness will be able to make note of this, be able to be witness to this. So for the collective to be witness to this vibration, the collective is needing to raise their frequency to allow that portal to occur, to allow the meeting to occur in your reality. So it's all about frequency and energies here, and the activating of your galactic DNA will assist you in your evolutionary journey. This is how you remember more of who you are. You can read all the books in the world, you can study all the teachings in the world, but it's not until you have these experiences for yourself where you then integrate this within you and you open the portal further to remember more of who you are. It is then when you fully can activate more of your divine blueprint, your spiritual mainframe, and activate further codes to have your own experiences of your multidimensionality in all the lives you are living. And with each glimpse, with each experience of your multidimensional lives and abilities and wisdoms coming through in this reality, you will find that your awakening journey will accelerate. And then you'll be able to move more forwards, so to speak, in your role here as the light workers and the ray showers. And you'll be able to then further open that portal, you see. And then you then raise the frequency of the collective, moving that first contact to happen in a sooner date, so to speak. It all depends on you. It all depends on the collective. And all the shifts that are occurring right now is to prepare you for this grand meeting. For when this grand meeting occurs, you'll then go through another shift because you're already aware of your galactic nature, because you have, even though some of you might not be able to fully comprehend it, there are parts of you that are remembering it. And when this grand meeting occurs, you'll be able to better, we would say, assimilate this knowledge within you, and you'll be able to better make sense of it, so to speak. So it's all in preparation for you evolving, for you to remember who you truly are in your oneness state, in your multidimensional state. It is a path for the collective that you have pre-chosen. And on this path, you will meet overtly your star families. You'll be able to have more active roles with the galactic federations, and you'll have a more dominant, we would say, not a dominant role, a more overt role, we would say, a more active role with the galactic councils. So this is a step to allow you to move through to this pathway, to these collective intentions. You wanted as a collective to remember who you are and interact with the star beings. As you know, things need to happen, but in steps, in dimensional steps, to prepare the consciousness and to prepare the collective for these shifts. You have your individual soul contracts, so to speak, and you have your collective. So understand that your pre-birth intentions or your perceived individual soul contracts all also align to the collective contracts here. It's just one step at a time, and understand that the pace in which you remember your own abilities aligns to your specific soul contracts. So follow the guidance, follow the clues, for you are guiding yourself, and understand at this point because of the galactic DNA being awakened within you, which means you are more sensitive to the energies. Some of you call these psychic abilities, but know that you will all have these abilities because you are multidimensional and you already experience these abilities in your multidimensional lives. So you're just coming through online within this reality. So the more you embrace the shifts, embrace the abilities, embrace the new directions that life may take you now, understand with each shift, with each awareness, you are directly impacting the global shift here and the universal shift for what occurs on Gaia. For there is such expansion, you are expanding Source itself because you are a unique frequency of Source. You are Source energy. This is the foundation of your makeup. You are Source code. And because of the multidimensional lives you are living, all these imprints are formulated within your divine blueprint. And also your soul contracts are formulated there and accessed there, which means it allows you to be expressed in a certain physical experience, in a certain trajectory in life, what you call as individuality. It all is due to these, you would say, programs within your divine blueprint being activated. You are truly divine. You are truly galactic. You are truly Source. You are truly universal. And it is time for the greatest evolution of mankind that you are remembering who you are amongst the stars, that you are not limited, that you are truly powerful and multidimensional, dear one.
Thank you.
Do you have any other questions?
Yes, I was wondering on the concept of us as individuals doing the soul work and that influencing the collective. So I know that we're all one and that it's an illusion of separateness. But can you explain, I'm curious on more of like a technical or scientific explanation of how our energy is influencing the collective energy.
you perceive yourself to be separate from your human brothers and sisters, separate from all beings. This is an illusion. You are source energy. And within this program of physical reality, within this energetic setup, this mainframe, this playground, which you chose to explore life in, you have many connections which you do not see in the visible eye. Of course, some of you may be sensitive enough that you can see these physical connections with your brothers and sisters. Understand that you have streams of energy that connects you and all beings, and all beings creates a grid of light. All the collective, all beings in the collective is connected by this grid of light. So understand that if one aspect of this grid decides to expand their light, expands their consciousness, this direct energy shift, this acceleration of energy code, which then vibrates at a higher rate, that then activates certain other codes within them, then goes and travels through all the collective through this grid of light. This is why you are always connected. And this grid of energy, so to speak, is connected to Gaia's grids on Earth because she is divine. You chose to be born through Gaia. So she also has these grids within her, and these energy currents connects you and allows you to have this human experience. And D1s, these grids of light that connects you with all the perceived individuals. You shine light. You are the beacon of light. You are energy. You are beacons of energy, beacons of light with unique programs. Understand that by you being in your light, by you standing in your light, you affect the light with the whole collective, those in your presence. When you're in the presence of others, the others can feel these shifts more intensely because you radiate more of this light. You radiate these protons, these energetic codes, and those in your vicinity basically takes on these light codes, and on levels of their being, these light then integrates within them and then activates further codes within them. So it's happening on many different ways through the grid and through physical presence of others. You're giving off these light codes, and this is what is explained when you meet certain people and you sense a certain energy. You are sensing this energy that is being emitted from the beings. And understand that depending on these codes, if you are ready to integrate these codes, and if others are ready to integrate these codes, they will take on board these energy codes into their own being. It will plant a seed, so to speak. They might not be aware of it, but there will be changes taking place within them. You might feel certain energies around people that might be a place of disease. You might feel it as a negative energy. Understand that these are just codes of them going through their purge. These are programs that is being shifted from them. And understand that if you're in a heightened vibration, you will not take on these energies. Even though you might sense these energies as negative, you do not take on these energies because the state of your vibration cannot accept that energy. You are not a match to that energy. It is only when you are meant to share this energy, to assist in a dynamic that helps you both to grow, that's when you take on this energy. But understand, if you do your work and if you're in a heightened vibration, if you understand that you are connected to source energy at all times, that no so-called negative energies can affect you, only if it's part of your soul contracts here. And if that occurs and you feel it within you, understand that this is a gift. Understand this is part of your soul contract, and understand that even if you were, we would say, meant to take on some energies of those around you, it is actually there to assist the others, to be the light worker and the way shower there. And by you taking on this energy, it means even though you might take on some of this energy to allow you to work through some of your programs that's no longer needed, that allows you to shine light on some aspects within you that you have not integrated into oneness, know that your vibration can never be lowered. So understand that even if you're around what you think as negative energies, your vibration can never be lowered. You are always at a high vibration. You can never go backwards. It might just be a temporary shift of this energy that you feel within you, but it cannot actually change your vibration because you cannot go backwards in dimensions. That's how the universe works. You expand as a collective. Yes, you go through some contrast like the universe does, but this is just a rubble. You do not actually lower your vibration. So understand that when you do your work, you assist in the collective by you activating new codes within you, these accelerated source codes, so to speak, that are vibrating at a higher rate, that is aligned to source remembrance. And these codes, then we would say, filters through to the collective and plants the seeds, so to speak, in the collective. Some will allow this seed, so to speak, to allow them to consciously expand who they are. With some, it will just remain a seed. And when they are ready, that seed, that light that you have given off, will assist them and support them in their soul journey. So with everything that you do, you are assisting the collective, whether they experience it or not, it depends on their soul contracts. So understand you are connected with all that is, my dear one.
Thank you.
Does this make sense, my dear one?
It does. And I really like that imagery. It really helped me to kind of solidify that in my head. So thank you so much.
My dear, it's a pleasure. And you can experiment with this. Once you have done your work, once you have got to a place of love, when you are feeling good, when you're feeling energetic, place yourself next to someone. Can you see their mood change? You can experiment with this. Sometimes these beings might be resistant to your energy, but you'll find the demeanor will change because of your energy. You do not even have to say a word. You can practice with this, with those around you, my dear one. You
That's
can
awesome.
practice connecting to the grid consciously. You are connected through a cord of light from your heart center. You can imagine the beam going from your heart to the crown of your head, connecting to others, to the crown into the heart center, as streams of light weaving a beautiful tapestry that is a human collective. You can visualize sending intentions, sending prayers. Setting intentions is imprinting energy. You do this with your intentions. So you can do this. You can put them in your mind's eye, or you can visualize the grid. How you visualize the grid is unique to you. For when you visualize, when you see it, even though it might be varied between people, you are actually seeing a dimension that exists. So you can visualize this stream of light going from your heart through the crown to someone else's heart center through their crown. And you can imagine, you can sense the love that you are sending being received by the other. Even if they're not conscious of it or not, you can practice this. You can practice this with all living beings. It all connects with the heart center of all beings. This is your main energy center. This is the main portal to your multidimensional lives. dear one. And as you embrace more of who you are, as you start to see your reality more from a place of oneness, of love, you'll naturally activate more of these codes within your blood and your DNA. You do not have to receive the codes. The codes are already within you. It's just certain energy shifts that can trigger the codes being activated within you. But you naturally activate them within you when you do the work, when you're ready for them. Everything is happening to assist you, to prepare you what you are ready for. This is why you do not go 100 steps ahead. This is why you go one step at a time, to allow you to assimilate and integrate these new energies and these activations within you, and for your physical body to, we would say, recalibrate to the codes within your vessel, the codes within your DNA and within your blood. For one thing cannot shift without the other. You cannot have codes being activated within you, expanding your consciousness without your body being affected. All is connected. This is why so many of you are feeling the shifts in a physical way. It's all part of the shifts. Listen to your body. Your body is divine, and your body will guide you. If you can connect to Gaia, to her energy grids, it will assist you in your healing and your recalibration in a state of ease. It's about accepting these shifts. You chose this because you are the light workers and the way showers. Yes, it might be quite intense for you. We understand this. But you wanted to have this acceleration, so to speak, so you can then guide others in these shifts. So you can prepare the collective and guide them when this first contact in your terminology occurs. Because yes, there will be some in fear. For those who have not done the work, there might be fear and existential questions triggered within them. But because you've already done the work, you'll be able to lovingly guide them and just be the light. By you being in a state of love, you naturally affect the collective. This is a gift. You are directly affecting collective consciousness, my dear ones. And all that is. You are expanding source consciousness. You're expanding all the galaxies, all the worlds. You are expanding your multidimensional lives by you doing the work in this life. For you are eternally connected, just like the grids that you are connected to all your brothers and sisters here. There is also a grid that connects you to your multidimensional lives. So what happens in one life assists you in this life. You are guiding yourself with all the lives you are living, my dear one. You are truly one.
Thank you.
It is about addressing the fear. It is about addressing limiting beliefs. This may seem like mundane work. It might seem like not advanced metaphysical work, but this is the work. This is the key to accelerate the shifts for the human collective. It is about practicing oneness, assimilating oneness. It is about opening your eyes to oneness in your reality, by you recognizing that all is happening for you, by you recognizing that you are connected to all beings, recognizing that those that trigger you are assisting you to remember and integrate aspects of you that you have rejected, that you have disowned. They are your master teachers. Any point of being triggered is a gift. It is about embracing all emotions, for all emotions are dimensions of experience. And it's through these dimensions of experience where you can activate your divine blueprint and activate your divine blueprint to allow your multidimensional abilities, wisdom, to come through into your conscious awareness in this lifetime. It is just one step at a time. It is about practicing. It is a journey for the human collective. Once you can be in a state of this perceptions, your journey will be more at ease. Once you can see those in your life as aspects of you, once you can see that they are assisting you to remember who you are, to embrace all aspects of you, to shine light on your shadows that you have not embraced and love. They shine light on the aspects of you that you have rejected. What is it within you that you reject, that you disregard? To remember oneness is to embrace all aspects of you, to unify all aspects and dimensions of you. That is to unify all emotional experiences. It is okay to have these emotions that you call as negative and fear-based. It's not about rejecting them. If you reject these aspects, you're rejecting a part of yourself. You are not unifying aspects of you. It's about being in acceptance of all aspects of you and all dimensions of your existence. Once you can do that, there will be less fear dimensions in your reality, and there'll be more love dimensions as you remember more of your oneness state. It's about accepting that all conditions and all beings is here assisting you to assimilate all aspects of you in oneness. You have been conditioned to reject parts of you. You have been conditioned that not all of you is perfect, but you are. It is this work. It is this soul work of integrating, unifying all aspects and dimensions of you in this reality where you remember oneness, where you activate your divine blueprint and your psychic abilities, so to speak, your divine abilities and wisdoms from your multidimensional lives. It's about going inwards. This is where the key is. It's about seeing everything as a guide, or beings are guides. Even whom you call as unawakened are your greatest teachers. It's about seeing behind the veil of physical reality. It's about being able to view the dynamics of oneness, that is what is truly occurring in your reality. It is about unlearning the conditions that's allowed you to feel separated, that has allowed you to feel cut off from yourself, cut off from others, cut off from life, that allow you to feel lonely, that allow you to feel disconnected. This is an illusion. You are innately connected to all beings. You are innately connected to all your lives, to all non-physical and all physical beings. It's the inwards journey as well as the great unlearning. It is here where you go through the great remembering, dear ones. It's the greatest evolution of mankind. You knew it would not be easy, but you can allow your journey to go in a smoother way by you letting go of the resistance to your dimensional journeys here, by you accepting all dimensions of you with love, with acceptance, as well as accepting and loving all aspects of others, even if you do not understand their journey, you do not know their soul contracts. when you are in acceptance of all, it does not mean you do not use your voice. It does not mean you are passive. It means being in loving acceptance, being in a frequency of love, where then all actions and words spoken from you comes from a place of true guidance, true inspiration, meaning that whatever actions you do, whatever words you speak, they will always be for the highest good for those involved and for yourself. This is how you use your voice from a place of love. This is how you be in loving acceptance, but also use your voice for empowerment and to guide others, to assist them, even if they are triggered from it. Know it's for their highest good. Know that you've planted a seed within them. It's about being in the present moment where you can tap into these powers, tap into the forces that has created you in your galactic, multidimensional, divine nature. Mighty ones, you are on the precipice of meeting your star families in an overt way. And you are the ones who will guide others. You do not have to take on this role in an overt, active way. Just by you being the light, you radiate that light. You radiate those codes that will assist those around you. Can't you see? You do not have to have a grand role here to assist others, to be the light worker in the way showers. Just by you doing your shadow work, so to speak, your inner soul work, just by you unifying those disregarded, rejected aspects of you into love and oneness within you, you unite all the dimensions of you. You unite all the dimensions of the collective and move the collective even further into oneness remembrance. Move the whole universe into oneness remembrance. Can't you see how powerful you are? It is through love. It is through acceptance of your dimensional realities and all dimensional realities of others, where you remember this for yourself, dear ones, dear children of the stars of the universe. You are the stardust. You are the magic. You are the wisdom of all that is, dear ones. Do you have any other questions before I finish here today?
I have a question. After the ascension, after everybody waking up to oneness, what happens next?
Then the collective will move to the next evolutionary shift. There cannot be total oneness remembrance if the collective does not recognize that they are one with their brothers and sisters. So understand that the first step of oneness remembrance is to understand and to recognize, to remember that you are one with all beings on earth, that you are one with Gaia. And once that happens, which is, we would say in a majority, the majority is now, we would say, vibrating in that truth. And this is why the first contact will be made soon in your perception of time, because there is enough of the collective who's recognizing oneness. But understand this all depends on you. And once this contact is made overtly, people will then truly know, will see the evidence that they are one people, that they are one collective. This is an evolutionary shift that has occurred for different timelines and for all, we would say, civilizations in all the universes, to know that there are others outside of their own race that are intelligent, allows that collective to unify. So once you know as a collective overtly that you are not alone in the galaxies, you then unite more into oneness remembrance. You then unite more as one people. And then you'll go through the next shift. The next shift will be remembering that you are one with also the star beings. And through that evolution, there'll become another evolution after that. Once you can know you are one with the star beings, you will have more direct roles with the galactic federations. You'll be able to have direct input on the evolutionary journeys of other worlds and other galaxies. How exciting is that? But for you to be in that role, for you to be represented in the role, you first need to know that you are one with each other and one with other beings. There is always a step in dimensions before you reach the next evolutionary step. And each evolutionary step is aligned to the collective soul contracts. And as you as a collective enter a new dimension, enter a new evolutionary shift, you then activate more of these collective soul contracts that brings on the next evolutionary shift, my dear one. Never before a time has there been such evolution than what is occurring now. For not only your consciousness expanding, your very vessel is expanding alongside it to allow your vessel to hold these new codes and energies within you. It will allow you to more easily travel your multidimensional lives and to visit with your star families. The most expansive life to live is this life you are living now. If you look behind the veil of physical reality, you will see it all and experience it all. It is just one step in your perceived individual journey, and it's just one step for the human collective at a time. But you are, by you asking these questions, by you doing this work, by you participating in these discussions, you are directly affecting the collective consciousness shifts that allows the collective to move more into the oneness state. Dear one.
Thank you.
Is there any other questions before I finish here today? Dear ones, know that you are eternally connected to all beings. Know that all the codes are already within you. You do not have to attain the codes from outside sources. From your very creation, you had codes already within your blood and your DNA that would become activated as the consciousness moves to higher dimensions of awareness. That time is now. But it's up to you on how you accelerate through these ascension shifts. It is up to you because you have free will on the soul work that you do. You can choose not to do any soul work, and that is okay. And by doing that, you may then experience your awakening journey in a pathway that perhaps is not pleasing to you, that perhaps is more difficult than if you did do the soul work. The choice is yours. You as a collective are expanding, and you have a choice to, we would say, act on your roles here, to be the light workers and the way showers for others. Yes, it is your calling, but you always have a choice on how to use it and how to act on the abilities that you have that are being activated within you. But if you follow the guidance, if you continue with the unlearning, you will be guided every step of the way from your heart center. You'll be guided every step of the way, for you were never alone. We are always here with you. Many of you know this already, but for some, this illusion of separation is still very strong within your awareness. Understand that this is an illusion. Understand that you are truly never alone. Move into your heart center. Feel the energies, feel the love, feel the connection with all beings, with your collective. Understand that you are truly limitless, and that not only the non-physical and the star beings are assisting you, but you are assisting you from all the multidimensional lives you are living. You are one. You are truly one with all that is, but you are also unique because you chose certain soul contracts, because you chose to explore reality through different life forms, which creates your uniqueness, which all creates and adds to your pre-birth intentions and what you came to choose to explore here, and the abilities you chose to be activated within you in this reality. So you have a choice to choose love or to choose fear. It is not about seeing one choice is better than the other. It's about seeing both choices as neutral. It's about seeing fear and love are just, we would say, unique dimensions of experience. It is not about rejecting one in preference over the other. It is about naturally aligning to the love state, the unconditional acceptance, which is unconditional love, where you then naturally explore more love-based dimensions, which is oneness. But if fear comes your way, if you're triggered, it is about acknowledging it in love. It's about understanding that this is showing you a dimension of you that you've disregarded, that you have not unified. This process of oneness remembrance is unifying all dimensions of you and all aspects of you and all aspects of your reality. So it's about you actively doing the work as you remember more of who you truly are. And by doing this, you will have the awareness of your soul purpose here and your Pacific roles here. And you'll be guided every step of the way because you are guiding you, for we are all one with you. You see us as separate beings, but we are one. We are truly one in so many different ways. And it's a time of the Great Awakening that you're remembering this right now for yourself. It is with such love that we come through today. Know that we are one with you. Know that you are powerful beings of the stars, of Gaia, of the universe. Know that you are never alone, and know that we are here assisting you. For we are you. You are love. We are love. All that is happening for you is out of love. All that is happening to you is happening for you and for your society and for your collective to remember your love and oneness state. Until next time, farewell.
Bye.